So Lakia, I meant to pause and I hit stop. Okay, to the other article says Denny's says safety is top priority after falling restaurant sign kills 72-year-old Kentucky woman. This is out of CNN. It says a 72-year-old woman died Thursday afternoon after a Denny's sign fell and crushed a car in Elizabethtown, Kentucky, according to police. A spokesperson for the restaurant chain said the company is working with authorities to assess the situation. Denny's is aware of the incident that took place at our Elizabethtown location on Thursday. Safety is our top priority, and we are working with the authorities to better understand what led to this situation, Denny's said in a statement provided to CNN. Our thoughts are with all of those involved, the statement said. All three people inside the vehicle had to be extracted, 2 adult females and 1 adult male, said Elizabeth Police Public Information Officer Chris Denham. Elizabethtown is about 45 miles south of Louisville. I've never seen anything like this, Denham told CNN affiliate Wave. It's certainly very windy out here, and I'm certain that did have a factor and was involved in this. There was a wind advisory in effect Thursday afternoon with gusts peaking from 45 to 55 miles per hour. And that's spiritual because where is that? I think that was in Kings. What's that? First Kings with Elijah, when it talks about how the Most High was in the wind. Let me find that. Bear with me. Salakia. I was wrong about that with Elijah. It said he was not in the wind. I remember it was a whole bunch of stuff going on, and basically, the Lord was doing all these different signs, but he said the presence of the Lord wasn't in any of them. It came like softly, he basically. But this is a good one. It says Job 38:1. Then the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua answered Job out of the whirlwind and said. So my point of going into that was because they were saying how the wind was 45, 55 miles per hour. So the Lord basically, Spirit was on that wind. You know what I mean? Because the sign, when you go into like certain like things that are put up, some things are are cheaply made or malfunction because of how they were made. But for, like things like that, like signs and shit like that, like for instance, those things like when they weld certain things, like the structural integrity has to be tested. So like they. 9 times out of 10, like when they weld a bridge, I mean, yeah, it'd be issues. Sometimes people cut or cut corners on certain things, but for the most part, like when you in welding, like say, like to even pass a welding test, like to be certified, you have to put a weld bead down that's basically sound enough to hold the structure. So when they test it, they actually go like when you taking the welding test, you run the bead. The weld bead on a piece of metal, and then they go test it and they try to break it. You know what I'm saying? And if it breaks, you fail, and if it holds, you pass. So through the Spirit, I believe that the Lord just was in the wind and him allowed because he wanted to take that individual out. So not to be ranting all along like that. The point is, we in a time of judgment, and the Lord did that. So I'm gonna get some scriptures. It's the book of Zephaniah chapter 3 and verse 5, and it reads, the just Lord is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning doth he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame. And again, like I brought out, whoever perished being innocent. A wicked individual will be like, oh no, and why? Or they'll do a Boosie. It's funny, Boosie sitting up here on one hand supposed to believe in the Most High, but then he cursed the Most High when things didn't go his way, when the Most High took certain family members and whatnot. You know what I mean? Then, he made the statement about Dwayne Wade. And the truth of the matter is he was in the spirit of like, that's off. But then the Lord plagued him so bad, come to find out, his daughter basically came out talking about she got. So I know he fucked up. I ain't heard nothing from him yet. The Lord plaguing him, and rightfully so. Scriptures talk about book of Psalms chapter 7 and verse 11, and it reads, the Most High judgeth the righteous, and the Most High is angry with the wicked every day. So, judgment can happen to anybody, but for the most part, judgment is reserved for the wicked. Scriptures tell you that. You know, the righteous may be chastised, and when you're being chastised, you're being corrected, and you don't want to be judged with this world. So we revel in the fact that the Most High, dealeth with us like sons, because that means that He cares for us. If you only gonna take the time to correct somebody that you care about, what is this? This is the book of Psalms chapter 9. Slovakia. 9 and verse 7, and it reads, but the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua shall endure forever. He hath prepared His throne for judgment, and He shall judge the world in righteousness. He shall minister judgment to people in uprightness. And the scriptures also tell you that He basically gave all judgment into the hands of our big brother Yahweh Shah Mashiach, who you people ignorantly call Jesus Christ. The Most High Abanawa Yahweh, He exists, who you people ignorantly call God. He's the ultimate boss. He created, Yahweh Shah, His son, his firstborn, and basically the Yahweh Shah created the Alahayim, or the angels, and then Yahweh Shah and the Alahayim, or the angels, created everything that, the world, the principalities, which is the left-hand spirits, everything. That's why they're in subjection to Him. And that make all the sense. The spirits had to flee because He created them. You know what I mean? The spirits have to flee from us because if we are, of the first fruits, we help create these left-handed spirits. It tells you in the scriptures that we will basically judge spirits, these left-handed spirits, This is the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 8, because I brought out how wicked man understandeth not judgment. It's Ecclesiastes chapter 8 and verse 5. Whoso keepeth the commandments shall feel no evil thing, and a wise man heart discerneth both time and judgment. And I was thinking about that because, like I said, the elder Mashaphat was going into that. Right now, because we're in the time of judgment, you should be recognizing you don't want to tempt the Lord. So you do what you got to do, because we all got to get our daily bread. But don't, like he said, this ain't the time to be chasing all these whores. Let's just call it for what it is. Majority of the modern day women are whores. You ain't got women that really want to just sit down to be in the house. I mean, I'm gonna say this: I'm fortunate enough to have a woman that does want to do that. Call lawyer because my lot is different from a lot of brothers. So, I know I wouldn't have got to where I'm at without the Most High looking out for me. That's the Most High doing this. Call lawyer Shah. It's the book of Psalms chapter 68 and verse 20. I'm gonna get to the point. I'm going to start at verse 19. Blessed be the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, who daily loadeth us with benefits, even the Most High of our salvation. Salah. He that is our power is the power of salvation, and unto the Most High, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, belong the issues from death. So the Most High can deliver you, or He can save you, or rescue you, deliver you from sudden death, or He can deliver you unto death. This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 39, and it reads, see now that I, even I am He, and there's no power with me. I kill, I make alive, I wound, and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. Who can deliver out of the hands of the Most High? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. No one. tells you in the scriptures that I just read it, Psalm 68. From the Most High belongs the issues of death. This is the book of 1 Samuel chapter. Salaki, that ain't what I want. I think it's 1 Samuel. What is it, 2? This is 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 6. The Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and he bringeth up. Point blank, period. The Most High does all these things. Just like the Most High creates good and evil. It's the book of Isaiah chapter 45 and verse 7, and it reads, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. It was the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, Yahweh meaning he is or he exists, Ba'ashem meaning in the name, Yahushua meaning he saves or he is the deliverer, who basically took those children's life because it's his will. The Lord, is the father of spirits. It tells you that in the book of Hebrews. So he put the spirits inside those children, because we all are spirits no matter what age you are, And then the Lord sometimes puts spirits in bodies and then take out that body. It could be a newborn baby. It could be a 6-year-old baby. It could be a 2-year-old baby. It could be a 7-year-old baby. When you go into the definition of the word judgment, it says the ability to make considered decisions or come to sensible conclusions. A misfortune or calamity viewed as a divine punishment. The crash had been judgment on the parents for wickedness. Just like judgment was to those parents. You see how it was talking about some of the children were with their parents riding a bike or walking when the kite slit their throat. So the Lord, basically put a spirit inside of a body, and they were at that age, 2 and 7 or whatever, and got their throat slit, And that wasn't only judgment to the child, but also to the parent, because the parent had to watch that. You got parents that never get over stuff like that. It's a testament to some individuals like that guy, John Walsh, that started that show, America's Most Wanted, based on his son being kidnapped. You got some people that never overcome certain trials and tribulations and tragedies, So, Most High deal of judgment, and we are in a time of judgment and expect to see more judgment. But those that are true believers that trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, we know that he's going to protect us. We feel and believe that wholeheartedly. The book of Habakkuk chapter 2 talks about, but the just shall live by his faith, or the just shall live by faith, not by carnality. This is the book of Psalms chapter 121. I'm going to start at verse 7, and it reads, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua shall preserve thee from it. The Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. And you got to keep that in mind. You know what I mean? You got to understand that judgment is not set up for, the righteous, but it's, judgment for the wicked. But we don't tempt the Lord either. You know what I mean? Again, you don't want to have that mindset that the Lord just got you. Because, the Lord, he could just be like, that's just like, made me think of the count in what's that? And it just slipped my tongue, my thought. It just slipped my mind, Salaki. But the account of the prophet with no name that was told to basically go tell, I think it was Ahab, basically his judgment, and not to go back the same way that he went, not to eat anything and whatnot. And basically the Lord also put a spirit on, the old prophet to be a deceiving spirit. That's why the scriptures talk about the Most High, the deceived and the deceiver both is, because you constantly being tested. So you don't want to be in that mindset that you automatically got it. Because that man was a prophet. You know what I mean? He went prophesied. His prophecy that the prophecy that he wouldn't told Ahab came to pass. You know what I mean? So if you're so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American, Seminole Indian, West Indian, or Haitian, I implore you to come back to the law, statutes, commandments of your power, whose true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. You will be destroyed. With that, I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to call Elohim La Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Ba'Shem. Double honors to my apostles, the elders of the great millstone, who teach and do rule well. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives and their freedom to do so, not more so than ever. Shalom to the Akwat, as well as the Akim out there listening and learning. Lord, willingly this is edifying. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of other nations, appearing like the other nations, subscribing to this truth. To you, I say shalom. Till next time I'm able to come with another lesson. Shalom, shalom. Shalom.